My name is Johan. I'm 41 years old from Sydney, Australia.
This is my story with Elithair.
I heard good things from Istanbul, well, at Istanbul, that the procedure's done. And I had a great experience, to be honest. I found everyone professional and courteous. On a scale of 1 to 10 for pain, which is something I was really worried about, it was probably around the 2 or 3, so it wasn't very painful at all. Yeah, and I felt really well taken care of by the hospital and all the staff. A friend of mine who's a nurse in Sydney, he had this done 6 months ago, and he actually had it done at this hospital. So and he told me about it. In the last 6 months, I started to do some research in different hospitals, and I thought I'd give it a go here after the good reviews. Very professional. That's my #1 comment about it. And very courteous. Yeah, it seemed like everyone really cared, and they looked after me all the way through, from the beginning to the end. It was hard not drinking coffee for the whole time. That's my only note, but I guess that's the price to pay. Yeah, so that was fine. I think, yeah, no, I was well looked after. Thank you very much. I was a bit nervous coming to Istanbul by myself. I travelled alone and I've never been here. So right from the very beginning, when the driver was there with my name, that made me feel very comfortable, and that someone on this side was taking care of all the planning. So I felt looked after from that moment. Everything was well communicated all the way through when we got to the hotel, and then picked up the following day to come to the hospital for our appointment and speak to the doctor. So I felt like everything was very well organised and very professional. When I got to the hospital, I was impressed because there was a waiting room full of like people like myself, like men like me, full of them. There must have been like a dozen in the waiting room from all different countries. And that gets said to me that, that everyone had a lot of faith in this hospital. And then there were translators that came here, because a lot of people didn't speak the same language. So you had the German speakers, the Italian speakers, I think there were Arabic speakers, and obviously English speakers, and there were translators. So I found that very professional as well. That there wasn't a language barrier. I think that was straight away. So everything was well communicated in all different languages. Then I met the doctor, and he was excellent, very, very caring for a doctor, and you can sense that he was there to look after you and to help you achieve the results you want. So he was good listening for me. And then I had a day off in between, which I did some sightseeing, which was good because I had my hair then and my energy. And then when I came back for the operation, which took about 8 hours, the whole procedure, I was very comfortable. I didn't feel much pain at all, just from the initial local anaesthetic needles were put in. And the rest of the procedure was easy going. I think I even fell asleep a few times. I felt so relaxed through the procedure. I woke myself up snoring. But again, the 2 operators on that day were very professional, seemed like they cared a lot, and had a lot of wisdom and knowledge with the procedure they were doing. So I felt well taken care of. I was okay. I didn't feel much swelling. I took all my medication, so I didn't feel any pain. There was a little bit of sensation I could feel on my head, but I wouldn't call it pain. It may have been just uncomfortable trying to sleep, because I slept just in an armchair like this. I didn't sleep, I laid down on a bed. So that was a bit restless for the first night, but that's okay. So I'm still happy with it all. 1 month and 2 months and 6 months, the result of the hair growth. But yeah, up until this stage, I'm very satisfied. It was a bit strange, a bit foreign for me. Firstly, as soon as the bandages were cut off, I felt a lot of weight was lifted off my head. I felt like my head was this big and it's back to normal size. So it was quite a nice, pleasant feeling. And then the experience where the nurse was dabbing on all the lotion, it felt nice because it was cool, but it tingled a little bit, which to me meant that it was reacting to the cells in my head, and so I was happy to know that that was happening. It meant that it was working for me, and then I had to sit for half an hour with the lotion, and then they rinsed that off, so that was nice because I felt a lot cleaner because I hadn't washed my head for 2 days post the operation. And then they put the shampoo on at the front. Again, it was very sensitive, and they dabbed it on, but the back they had to scrub with a little more force, and that was very tender, so I felt a little discomfort there, but that's okay, not too much. Yeah, and then that all got rinsed off and pat dry with a tissue. So that's a different way of washing my hair, which I have to do now for the next 10 days, and try and do it on my own. So it'd be nice if I had a private nurse.